In portrait photography, you can have the best light, the best backdrop, the best person in front of your lens, but if you don't have the right expressions, the image is dead. If an image feels fake, it's not gonna fly. But not everybody's gonna give you that amazing expression. In this video, I'm gonna show you 6 tips and tricks that are going to help you get the right expression out of anyone you photograph. Hey love, I'm Goodrich and welcome back to my YouTube channel that's all about helping you, my fellow photographer, get from pretty good to pro. And today we're going to jump in these 6 tips and strategies that are gonna help you get the right expression out of anyone. And I mean anyone. But first, if you're new around here, please take a second and consider subscribing, because every week I come up with new content that's designed to help you become the most badass photographer you can be. The first thing I will say is most people are going to be awkward. It's just a thing. Everyone's gonna be awkward when you tell them to look down the barrel of a lens. So it's really up to you as a photographer to get the right body language and get the right expression out of them. I, over the years, have developed strategies that work consistently that help me pull the right expression out of anyone, and I'm gonna share them with you today. Well, the very first thing I tell people when I'm trying to get them to give me the right facial expression is that we're going to start with the body. Now, I already have another video that you can check right here on how I pose people and how I think about posing. But I'm going to tell you one thing that's really important that I do in terms of getting the right facial expression. Most of the time, people will be hunched a little bit or standing quite awkwardly, which will really make things uncomfortable for the face. So what I always have them do is I say, pull up through the base of the spine, and I motion to here. So I actually make this hand gesture. I say pull up through the base of the spine, and then they align their spine. But naturally everybody does that, they raise their shoulders. Then I say, and drop your shoulders. And then they have this nice carriage that already sets them up for the image. Most people have this kind of area that they aren't so fond of. So I say, push your forehead out to me like a turtle. So they go. Creates a little bit of a shadow here. Then once I have them dialed in, I'll go through the next steps, which you'll see. But that first key moment of dialing in the body language really helps. So a lot of times people relax, and then we'll do it over again. I'll say, looking right to me here, pulling up to the base of the spine, good, right there. And then their body is all locked in, so then we can deal with the face. One of my big, powerful tricks is having people reset their expression, because anytime you hold an expression for a long time, it gets stuck. If you smile for a long time, it goes from real to fake. If you stare for a long time, it goes from interesting to awkward. And a lot of times people need that moment to reset and break eye contact before they can really give you something authentic. So knowing that, a lot of times I will have them look down and I will guide them through what turns out to be a little bit of a quick meditation. This is what most people give you. And then this is what I have them do. Leaving your head and body where it is, look down to the ground. Take a deep breath. And then thinking about that little hint of warmth, eyes up to me. This is the warm power. So look down, take a deep breath, relax. Nice relaxed mouths, a little bit of warmth, eyes right to me. Good. And I'll have them go through that and I'll say, thinking about, a time that you really rocked it, eyes up to me. And then I'll get 1, maybe 2 images, and then we'll reset. Pull up through the base of the spine, drop the shoulders, look down, take a deep breath, eyes up to me. What will happen is if you do that, by the time you get towards the middle and the end of the shoot, they'll start resetting themselves and they'll give you that fresh expression. I also explain to them why we're doing it. I'll say when you hold an expression too long, it starts to get fake. So I'm gonna have you reset the expression and take a deep breath. We're gonna do it. And what is so amazing is by the time you get to the end, they're doing it by themselves and they're resetting it. And it's also a skill they can take to any sorts of other time they're having their picture made. And somebody's asking them to hold a smile and they'll say, just a second. Most people, when you have them smile, will do this. This is a fake smile. The way that you can tell it's a fake smile is because a fake smile doesn't activate these muscles here. There are 2 factors that help us determine the difference between a real smile and a fake smile. There are 2 sets of muscles that are involuntary, meaning you can't turn them on if you want to unless it's a genuine smile. One is the zygomatic major, which is these little muscles in here. The other are the orbicularis oculi, which are these little tiny muscles that activate right here. It's what we tend to think of as crow's feet. So look at the difference between a fake smile and a real smile. And both of these are activating here. So how do you get people to go from a fake to a real smile? You have them giggle. You're like, I got this. It is the quickest way to get somebody to activate it. So if you have them and you say, this is gonna feel weird, but I want you just to giggle to yourself, and they'll go. And sometimes they'll start with that kind of like scared one, but pretty soon they'll start laughing, and then you'll get that. The other trick that I use, which comes in handy all the time, I bust it out pretty much once a shoot if I need somebody to give me a smile, is I'll say smile, and they'll go, and then I'll say, that's a fake smile. And me saying and calling them out on a fake smile is the first thing it's gonna guarantee trigger them to actually smile. And that's how you get that amazing smile every time. The next thing I do to get people into a great expression is I give them something to imagine. I like the idea of like, you're kind of in your zone and somebody calls your name and then you're like, oh, you're a little embarrassed, but then you're like, oh, hi. One that I go to a lot is this powerful warmth expression. That's what I call it. It's basically somebody going like this. It's that confidence, secure with who I am, not quite smiling, but just looking somewhat inviting. The way I get there a lot of times with people is I will give them something to think about. With their eyes closed or looking down, I'll say, imagine you are in a room with all your friends and family. It's the end of a party and you're watching somebody you love who's young. So like a niece, a child, and you're just proud of them because they're playing and it's just that moment of being really proud. And as you say that, you can feel their energy and body change, and then you'll say, now look up at me. And they'll give you that powerful presence and warmth expression. You can do that with all sorts of expressions and all sorts of energy, is give people that mental image and watch how their physicality changes. The next trick is showing them. So of course, I'm 5'4", so it's not gonna look the same when I do it. But a lot of times, if I have an idea in mind, I will kind of show them what I'm thinking. Depending on where the model is with their experience and everything like that, I tend to really do a lot of directing because from my lens, I have a good understanding of what we need in order to really enhance and show. It helps a lot of times if I can just pop up and do it myself. Some people get it right away. Some people then need a little bit more imagery to help. So then I pair those two together to get them into the right space. The next thing I think about in trying to get the right expression is the role of eye contact in our culture. Now, in a lot of Western cultures, eye contact is a very charged thing. And people get really uncomfortable if you sustain eye contact for too long. And specifically when they're looking at a lens, which is not a real person. A lot of times people just need a break. So what I will do is I will have them look over to the side and take a deep breath and reset. I might have them look down and then I'll say, look right to me. A lot of times people have a hard time giving you the head angle. So if you just say, look over, they'll naturally look over there and then bring their eyes to me. And that fresh expression, because we're always trying to get fresh, because that moment is before all the fakeness settles in. So that's it. Now you know my strategies for getting an amazing expression out of everyone. If this video resonated with you, please take a second and click that like button. It's really good feedback for me and I love hearing from you. And also take a second to comment below because this is the fun part about YouTube, is hearing from you. I want to know, what was your favorite tip, trick, strategy? Is there anything you want to know more on? This is a community that's all about engagement and it's so much fun for me in creating this content, hearing what you think about it. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye. Different expressions, like kind of like, ah, ooh, like you're disgusted and over it and just like so annoyed by everyone. Good. Bring me totally square and centered. Yeah, I love that. Bring your mouth together and really make it, tough. Good. And that expression is great, looking different places. The thing that's cool is your glasses will kind of reflect differently depending on where you have them. Yes, great. That's fabulous. Good.